Hello, and welcome back, friends. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to exploit Apache Tomcat Manager. Where this comes from is that in quite a few capture the flag events that are presented in either like Hack the Box or Try Hack Me, you'll typically find a Tomcat Manager application running on the target machine. What you'll do is, and typically in those instances, you're going to have the default login credential. But in a future video, I'm going to go through potentially different ways of figuring out the credentials that you would need. But in this one, we're going to assume that it's Tomcat, which is something that we typically see in especially capture the flag events. So we're going to just real quickly, I'm going to show you. I have one virtual machine up here running. It's running a Apache Tomcat, and then we see that our IP address on my private network here, 100.0.0.3. So this is just to show you that we have something running, and converting over then to our Kali box. So what's the first thing that we typically do? Well, we're going to run an nmap scan, and I'm going to run this, and I just want to hit ifconfig because this one is 100.0.0.4. So let's run our nmap scan very quickly. Should be just the other machine up, which is 100.0.0.3. And we'll see that here in just a second. And we'll see all the different ports that are open. And this is typically the process that you would take in figuring out what is on the target machine. Right now, we're actually figuring out the IP address because let's say we didn't know that it was 100.0.0.3. Okay, so we scanned this network from 1 to 254 to see if what's all in there. Host devices we found right here, 100.0.0.3, which is our Windows box. So let's dig a little deeper. We see all these different pieces here, all the different ports that are open, but let's see what, potentially what services and everything is running on this box. So we're going to run our handy dandy nmap scan with versions, etc. And the one thing that I'll also state is in a future video, we're also going to, let's say Microsoft Defender was on. And so how are we going to get around? Because we're not going to be able to see necessarily what the versions are. But there are some different nmap tricks that we're going to cover in a future video. But oh, perfect. So let's take a look. We have our versions and services that are brought up from our different tags here, or different features that we put in. And one of them is, of course, Apache Tomcat. All right, so we now have that, and let's just go and check it out and make sure that it's actually there. So we 100 points. Let's just go. Oh, perfect. Well, we see that we have that. And again, in this, and actually I was already logged in there. So let me see if I can't log out. And I keep on. Let's see here. Well, regardless, what happened here is I had already logged in to test this out and make sure everything was up. But we'd receive a prompt, and the prompt would be that it's Tomcat. So, but this is where the secret is. So assume that we had our login page. We entered to the default credentials, Tomcat. And the way to get this exploit is right here. We're going to be selecting a WAR file to upload. But how do we do that? What are we going to try and do? Well, we're going to be getting a reverse shell. We're going to be getting a reverse shell, and the way to get a reverse shell is one of the ways You can do this through Metasploit, but I prefer this way because I usually have a little bit better luck. And it's using msfvenom. And just to make sure, we're going to make directory Tomcat. Change Tomcat. All right, now we can get our little msfvenom going on. And of course, this we're msfvenom, for those that don't know, is it'll generate files with reverse shell capability. So our listening host, of course, is 100.0.0.4. And our port, well, we're just going to call it 99. And and it's going to be a war file, and shell.war. All right, so this command right here will make a file, shell.war, that is going to be a reverse TCP, reverse connection. So let's just move up here, and I'm going to start our trusty netcat FLP, and our listening port was 99999. All right, so we have that. Now let's get back to where we need to go. Now, this is the secret. This is, all right, well, we have, let's drop down into this, our Tomcat folder. We have the shell.war file. We're going to now deploy it. All right, now the way to trigger it is to click on that. Now let's go back to our, and boom, we have exploited the Apache Tomcat Manager file. You can say, who am I? All right, we can check the directory. We have all the different stuff in the current directory. And so basically where you would go is you can go navigate upwards, further up into the C directory, file system, to find where your flag is under like program files, users, etc. But this is how you exploit Tomcat in getting a reverse shell with default credentials. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. But until next time, happy hacking. Thank you.